Grand Rising family. I'm going to go ahead and play a little Yada Yada 7, give everyone a chance to get notified real quick before we get the show on the road. Here we go.
Not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen. Yahweh, Yashamoria, Nakal, Rai, Yashamor, Napasha, Yahweh, Yashamor, Hawalakya, Wa'aya, Ma'aitha, Wa'ait, Hawalam, Aman. Anasha, Ayanyamya, Al, Paharyam, Ma'aya, Yabawa'a, Izaria, Yabawa'a, Mayahawa, Sha'anshaw, Shemayam, Warataza, La'a, Yenathan, Lamawat, Regalia, Yala'a, Nawam, Shashamoria, Hana, Yala'a Noam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shasha Lamar, Yasha Allah, Yahweh Shamaria, Yahweh Tazalia, Al, Yam Ya, Hashamash, Yala'a, Hakaya, Ayawam, Wala'a, Walabana, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamaria, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Nepasha, Yahweh, Yashamar, Hawalakya, Wabaaya, Ma'aitha, Wa'ai, Awalam, Aman.
Grand Rising family. We're not going to be as long as normal. We got a couple things going on right now, but I wanted to, Most High moved me to talk about a couple things that are going on right now. Talking about these protests that are going on all over the country. And even over here on USC, I guess they had a call. I just saw a story that's popped up how they call LAPD out on the kids. Now they're calling out the police officers on the kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, and then the governor of Texas called all these students that are protesting anti-Semitic. So it's like they're not even allowed to peacefully protest. You know, now people aren't allowed to even protest anymore. It sounds a lot like us, right? Sounds a lot like us, how they used to treat us when we used to go out there and protest. But see, now they're going out there and protesting, and now they're the problem. See, the Most High is putting a spirit on all of these people all over the world, you know, to go against the establishment. But you guys have screwed these young people over. They have no future. They see it. You guys came up with another 90 some odd billion dollars to send over to Ish and to send over to and to send over to the Ukraine. But you got no money for anyone here. Now, what's funny is that these guys try to pull out this whole Christianity BS to substantiate all this stuff with Israel. Now, I'm going to play a little clip here, you know, fair use here. I'm going to make sure I say some fair use because I don't want anybody to, you know, to be trying to come over here and say we're, you know, trying to give us strikes and whatever else on our channel. Because we're going to give you the real breakdown of what's going on. Now, true Israel never needed any other nation to stand up for us. In fact, all other nations have been enemies of the Israelites. But somehow, miraculously, America won't let Israel stand alone, which is absolutely hilarious to listen to. So let's check this out real quick. This Speaker of the House, Johnson, here is at Columbia University amid a protest. But listen to how he's going to talk about how Israel will never be allowed to stand alone, and America will always be there to help Israel. Now, see, it's because she's your baby. You created that land over there. You set those people up over there. So that's why you have to stand with her. You have to stand with Israel. You have to just give them money, give them weapons. And someone was breaking down the fact that like all these $26 billion that got sent to Israel, like they said, like 74%. Around there, 74% of the money that gets sent there has to be used for weapons. Has to be used for buying and supplying and resupplying and maintaining weapons and systems and things of that matter. So it's a way for them to just funnel money into, you know, the whole weapons industry. But check this out right here. Of course, you see all the people that's right here supporting him. You see the people that are in the background. But let's take a quick listen here for a few seconds here of what he had to say about Israel and how they just have to stand with them. And these people are now enemies. You know, they're like pretty much enemies of Israel because, you know, these students are now enemies of Israel. Pretty hilarious.
Is in New York City right now, live at Columbia University. Let's listen in.
At the heart of this university, and that is that we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights. They should not be infringed. The founders and the great leaders who had come through this institution in the past believed in religious liberty. They believed in democracy. They believed in morality and virtue and the dignity of every human person.
They say these things, which is not true. They did not believe in morality and virtue and dignity of every human person. They had slaves themselves. They had people that they were raping, robbing, murdering, and stealing, and you know, demeaning and treating horribly. So again, they're just talking points, nothing but talking points all the time.
They believed in the free exchange of ideas, and they detested mob rule.
Everyone had free exchange of ideas, right? That's not what your guys' religions were set up on. Your religions were pretty much set up on, if you agree with my religion, or we're going to kill you. That's what the Inquisition did. That's what the Constantine Christians did. It had nothing to do with free ideas and everyone having an opportunity to express themselves and everyone respecting, the other people's opinions. That was never the case.
We are standing here right now on the steps of the Lowe Library. In this very building right behind us, Columbia University once awarded Winston Churchill an honorary degree, and it was Churchill who said, "It is manifestly right that Jews should have a national home where they may be reunited." We believe in that principle. And today I'm here to proclaim to all those who gnash their teeth and demand to wipe the state of Israel off the map and attack our innocent Jewish students this simple truth: neither Israel nor these Jewish students on this campus will ever stand alone.
Again, that's that part right there.
The state of Israel off the map and attack our innocent Jewish students. This simple truth: neither Israel nor these Jewish students on this campus will ever stand alone.
See right there, they will never stand alone. Never will Israel or these Jewish students here stand alone. Now, I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like, again, this has nothing to do with the scriptures, because Israel has always, the true Israelites have always stood alone. The true Israelites never needed another nation to stand with them, because, see, these people here that you set up are dependent on man. They are not depending on the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Like this shows you that these people are not the ones of the Bible. You're just walking around with that Bible as a prop. Because if you look in the scriptures, when did true Israel ever have to have a superpower stand side by side with them? Never. So that's what I want to show you guys here. It just keeps on going and going and going. But they're all calling these kids anti-Semitic because they don't like what they're seeing going on over in the so-called Middle East. But it's just funny to sit here and listen to these people talking about how these students here in Israel are never going to stand alone. But when you go to the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, it talks about how all of the other nations are standing against the Israelites. Everyone is standing against true Israel. Let's see here. As Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. This is the other nations. All of you. You all are getting your part of this society. Okay? Now it says, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doing. Whichever one. Okay? He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. Okay? And objecteth to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Most High. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. So see, when did all of a sudden America not be part of the rest of the world? When did all of a sudden the Western Europe and America all of a sudden now want to stand with the true Israelites? See, that is not the case, because they have been enjoying the fruits of our curse. They have been able to enjoy the blessing while we were going through the curses. So this is just more proof that what they're talking about, these people that they're talking about, oh, we're going to stand with Israel. They're never going to stand alone. We always stood alone. That is what we've done. That is what we're doing now. See, you only see very few people coming out with this truth. You see very few people standing up and saying, we're the Most High's chosen people, right? He is our Father, okay? That we have a covenant with him. And that if you want to join along with us, you have to cleave to us as a people. See, we're the only ones going out here saying these things. The other nations are talking about having to stand up and protect Israel, so they're never alone, as if somehow their power cannot protect them. See, our power can protect us. Our power takes care of us. He always has. The reason he turned his face away from us was because we were going through our punishment. We did not do what we're supposed to do, and we had to go through our punishment. Okay? So this is not even biblical. The stuff this guy's even saying, the fact that he's saying that, these poor people, they're not going to stand alone and we have to protect them. Like I said, that just proves alone, right there alone, that those are not the people. So let's play that last section one more time here real fast. Last like 20 seconds.
We believe in that principle. And today I'm here to proclaim to all those who gnash their teeth and demand to wipe the state of Israel off the map and attack our innocent Jewish students, this simple truth: neither Israel nor these Jewish students on this campus will ever stand alone. Today, Hamas issued an...
Okay, so now he's saying these things. I'm going to show you why in a minute. Because of a changed translation of Psalms 83. And you're going to see how they change this up right now. Okay, so let me get this one real quick. Let me pull this up. Brother Modiel sent me this video. It was funny because I had saw the video popped up and I saw 2 hours. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not checking that out. That's gonna be a bit much. But brother told me where to start looking, so I checked it out. And I'm gonna show you real fast. I'm not gonna play the video because I did get a strike playing this guy's video before. You already know how these guys are. So I'm not trying to play the video, but I'll let you see it so you can go check it out yourself. So let me check out this tab right here. Brother Modiel, it popped up on my feed, and I was like, what is the battle of Gog and Magog? And could we be witnessing its beginning? I saw 2 hours, I just scrolled on by. Brother Modiel said, if you started around, he didn't even know I looked at it. He just happened to send it to me and say, check this out, starting at the hour mark. That's just the Most High God to show me that, the Holy Spirit saying, I want you to touch on this. So you can check it out yourself. Skip to the first hour. He said, I'm suffering through it. I was like, yeah, I just can't. I just can't. But he did show me something that was really important. This guy was trying to break down Psalms 83 around this point. But he goes to the NLT, the New Living Translation. Now, and of course, let me go there real quick. Here and over here. So here we go. Of course, he started reading it Psalms 83 and 4, and he just skipped 1, 2, and 3. And if you look at it, you're going to see like the way they changed it up. But anyway, let's do this first. Let's look at Psalms 83, 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay, so that's what they've done. But let's check out the new translations. They changed it up. Verse 4. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence. See how I told you guys, they try to make it seem like everything with prophecy is something that's going to happen in the future. And you can tell by this translation that they're caught. They're cold busted right here. Because it makes it seem as if this is a future prophecy. This is something, and guy's talking about how all of these people are like Islamics, or they're Muslims. They're Muslims, and they're going to come and they want to wipe Israel from being a nation. They want to destroy Israel from being a nation in the future. Again, they make it seem like this is something that's going to happen in the future. So the way that they translated it, it's translated to make it seem like it's a future prophecy. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. And then that guy in Johnson was like making it sound like this is something like we're not going to allow people to, all these nations want to come and wipe Israel out. He even says almost exactly the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence. Again, they're making it seem like it's something that's happening in the future, changing the scripture to fit their narrative. So look at 5. Yes, this was their unanimous decision. They signed a treaty as allies against you. So they're all allies. So they can push the whole Islam and the Muslims all coming together to wipe out Israel, and Big Brother America, and it has to come in and save them. All by a change of the translation. And he's talking about the Hagarites and how all the Hagarites are these are all like Muslims. I was like, that's funny. I said, because he goes, well, that's Hagar. And Hagar was an Egyptian, and Hagar would have been a Hamite. But okay. I like the way he was trying to break all this stuff down and make it fit. They kind of glossed over the Edomite part, and just jumped straight into Ishmaelites. But whatever. But you see how, if you look, the dude in the video skips to 4, doesn't even look at 2 or 3. So let's take a look at 2 or 3 real quick. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. So they changed it up in NLT. Don't you hear the uproar of your enemies? Don't you see that your arrogant enemies are rising up? So again, they can say that and make it seem like it's the Arabs again. They devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones. So change the fact that we're hidden. Change the fact that because they're the ones that have hidden us. They're the ones that have changed our names, called us Negroes, blacks, colored, African. Now we're African American, colored, everything. You can just see how we were precious ones, but before it was we were hidden because they were the ones that were guilty of hiding us. So therefore, change all of that. You see? So they can change, they're changing all of this. So don't you hear the uproar of your enemies? Don't you see that your arrogant enemies are rising up? They devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones. So you can just see how they've changed all of this. So then when you hear this dude talking, again. When you hear that speaker talking, you can hear these words coming from this translation. Okay, you can hear these words about wiping them out and everything else, and they'll go to this translation right here. So listen.
We believe in that principle. And today I'm here to proclaim to all those who gnash their teeth and demand to wipe the state of Israel off the map and attack our innocent Jewish students this simple truth: neither Israel nor these Jewish students on this campus will ever stand alone.
So you can just hear that translation and what that dude was saying right here. You see what I'm saying? You can just hear it. So now all of a sudden, the college students are now they're all a bunch of terrorists. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is exactly what they've done to our people. You know what I mean? This is exactly what they've done to our people. They've that's how we weren't allowed to protest. We were not allowed to have our own opinion. We were not allowed to dissent or disagree, because then they would always attack our character, attack us as a people. And see, they're using exactly the same tactics that they've always used. There's nothing new, except now they're applying it to college students. I said, and you go to the scriptures, Israel's always stood alone. Israel's always been alone. Now, something that these students aren't talking about, and just like you said, I don't care. You can still say that you're protesting, you're trying to do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. But none of you are still talking about who are the real people. None of them are talking about who are the real people. Everyone's just skipping over that big elephant in the room. How did these people fulfill prophecy? How did they fulfill Ezekiel 37? See, everyone's just giving everyone else, they're just giving each other the benefit of the doubt, because that's what they do, because they're all Confederate. As much as they hate what they're seeing going on in between Psalms 83 participants. See, this is Psalms 83 participants going at each other. But everyone in that group is still going to maintain the lie. They're still maintaining the lie. Even all these students, they said it was like, I don't know, protests at 200 campuses all across the country. So you're trying to tell me that there's people protesting what they're seeing going on, but out of all 200 university campuses, not one person is like actually talking about, hey, are these people really the ones of the Bible? And if they're not the people of the Bible, who are the ones? Who are the ones, who are the people of the book? You see what I'm saying? Like, that shows you that they're all on code. They might have their protests, they might fight with each other, but how can not one of these groups talk about who true Israel is? Because they're all coming against this group of people because of the things that they're doing. They're seeing the things that they are perpetrating on television. They're frustrated because they see that their politicians do not care at all what these students think. And it's funny listening to Johnson, like, well, if you want to protest, protest, or we want to exchange ideas. Yeah, you can exchange ideas, but you ain't going to listen to anybody. Welcome to our world. We protested and no one cared. And trust me, you guys in these college campuses, your parents didn't care about us either. So long as you could enjoy your blessings, so long as you had the opportunity to enjoy, the blessings, the fruits of our labor, and you're able to keep those blessings and pass them down from generation to generation, you could care less about the things that my people have had to suffer. But see, now, what are you going to do? You're going to go after all of the students, because the Most High is putting spirits on everyone. He's put, how is this going to just stop and go away? You just gave Israel another 20 some odd billion dollars to go ahead, and now they're talking about moving in on Rafah or whatever else, right? So there's going to be more killing, more carnage. So how will this de-escalate on the campuses? You see, now the young people are mad and they're frustrated and they see they have no future. The last generation sucked out all of the life and hope of this economy going forward. I said, so there's not much for them to look forward to right now. Not at all. And see, all this information is coming out, but the vast majority of the world could care less. All this, well, they care, but they cannot. They can't do anything to stop this truth. All they can do is try to ignoring it worked before, but ignoring what you're seeing now is not going to work anymore. I said it is not going to work anymore. Now I'm trying to go here really quick. It's a beautiful thing that's going on right now. And to be alive, to be able and awake, to be able to see it and get understanding. I said that is a huge blessing that we have been given. So when you're listening to these politicians running their mouths, talking about all these, it's like even the governor of Texas. Let me see if I can find that video real quick. Was just pretty much calling the students in Texas. They said that they should all be they should all be arrested. I was like, wow, that's great. That's crazy. I say how quickly they turn on their own, how quickly they're even turning on their own. Let me see, was it this one? And people talking about, oh, you don't have the right to exist. Hold on, okay, Governor Abbott. So let me find it. Let me share this one real quick. So this is what Governor Abbott in Texas had to say about the students. They're trying to protest, peacefully protest, but this is what he had to say.
You live at UT, Isabella Basco for KB News.
All right, Isabella, thank you for that. Now, just about an hour ago, Texas Governor Greg Abbott posted on social media on the site X about the UT protest specifically, saying, quote, arrests being made right now and will continue.
Hold on. I'm not sure why it's not moving. Hold on, let me go here again. Oh, my bad. Sorry, family. Let me go back over here. Here we go. Let me play this part real quick here. Here we go.
For that, now, just about an hour ago, Texas Governor Greg Abbott posted on social media on the site X about the UT protest specifically, saying, quote, arrests being made right now and will continue until the crowd disperses. These protesters belong in jail. Anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in Texas, period. Students joining the hate-filled anti-Semitic protest at any public college or university in Texas should be expelled, end quote. Now,
he ain't playing, huh? He's like, you're not even allowed to protest these people. You're not allowed to have your own opinion. And we're just going to label you like we always do. And it doesn't matter who they think. They're turning on each other. These are your students. These are your kids. These are your children. But then one politician shot back at him, and I'm going to check this out.
Expelled, end quote. Now, several Democrats have weighed in on today's protest, saying the police reaction has been out of hand. State Representative Gina Hinojosa represents parts of Austin and reacted to the governor today, saying, quote, nice try, but this isn't about anti-Semitism. This is about a war that students oppose and their right to gather and protest it. These are our kids, Governor. Stop trying to bait them to serve your political ambitions.
So you can see, like, look, man, you can't keep just throwing that out there all the time. You know what I'm saying? I said, you just can't keep throwing that out there and that's it. Anti-Semites, it's like, look, you have to, you can do that with us because all you guys didn't care what we had to say. When it goes against Most High's chosen people, no one cares. So this is why, like, you guys know that you're not dealing with true Israel. Because when you're dealing with true Israel, the other nations don't care. They don't care. That's why they were able to, when we try to protest, we can get shot, we can get killed, and they'd be like, well, that's what you deserve. That's what you get. Things like that. I said, but now it's your own people protesting. Now what are you going to do? You see what I'm saying? Like, now what are you going to do? So we're going to see how this all plays out, but I guess it boiled over at USC. It's going to be other college campuses. I guess at Columbia, they're making it so that they pretty much shut down classes for the rest of the school year. If they're all doing everything virtual or hybrid or whatever else. And they're talking about all these poor kids can't go here, can't go. I'm like, that's how it's been for us for hundreds of years. And it wasn't just words that were tossed at us. It wasn't just words. Our people, we were getting destroyed. We were getting raped, robbed, murdered, and stolen. We could not even go to the authorities. That's why I laugh now how all of a sudden this whole world, all of a sudden it wants to make everything fair. All of a sudden we got to respect the rights of everyone. But that's funny because not that long ago, if things happened to us, we couldn't even go to the police and make a report. Where was all this fairness back then? Where was all this fairness and love for everyone and respecting everyone's free exchange of ideas back then? See, we know that has never been the case with these people. We know they've never cared about us as a people, but they care about these people so much that, you can't even say one thing about them. And then you got the Speaker of the House going and making speeches and everyone, and then got the governor of Texas pretty much calling his own constituents, his people, all these different things because they disagree with the direction of the country. See, the Israelites were never allowed, because we were never looked at as citizens, so we were never allowed to be part of the American dream. But now you're having to go against your own people in Psalms 83. These are your constituents. This is your future, and look at how you're treating them. But this is the Most High turning nation against nation. See, people think it's always about just countries against countries. It's people within your own nation that are going to be turning against each other. Our young people are really screwed. I mean, and the baby boomer generation and all these other generations have worked together to suck the life out of all of the money and all of the opportunity in the future from these young people. So now what? It's only going to get worse because those are the times that we are in. I'm gonna let you go, family. It's great hanging out with everybody. Much love. Shalom.